Spooky Haunts here, and welcome back to my channel. So I am back with another Nightmare Before Christmas unboxing video. I'm super excited to do this unboxing tonight because this is another Diamond Selects of Disney, the Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, Jack Skellington, Pajama Jack. So I just recently picked this up 2 days ago at Newberry Comics. They actually had one left. And I actually walked by it, and I actually wanted to actually pick this up. So I do have a lot of the Diamond Selects Nightmare Before Christmas figures on my shelf. I do have the Santa Jack, the regular Jack Skellington, and Pumpkin Jack. And I also have Helgamine, Lock, Shock, and Barrel as well. So I have done Diamond Selects once before, and they are very known for their figures as they are very nicely sculpted. But I don't have Pajama Jack. So we are going to unbox this tonight. This looks really cool. Actually, I've never seen this figure in person. So they only had one left. This was, I believe, $26, as you guys can see, which isn't bad considering with Diamond Selects, because a lot of figures could be the same price and a lot of figures could be more depending on what it is. Some of the Diamond Selects ones are diorama sets or diorama, so they do run a little bit more, maybe like $30 to $40. But this one is not a diorama set, but it is a deluxe Jack Skellington. So I am going to be displaying this somewhere in my room. Obviously, I do have some space, and I am super excited because this is the spooky channel, and it's all about spooky stuff. So let's take a look at the box. It has this window box as expected. So whether or not you want to leave it in the box or display it, that's totally up to you. But I'm actually going to unbox it just so this way we can actually have Jack Skellington out of the box. I mean, this is a really cool figure, so I'm not going to leave it in the box. I do have a Jack and Sally one that is displayed in a box, but that one's the actual figure that I have that's actually displayed in the box. The rest are all opened. So I'm actually going to open this one, and we're going to take a look at the Pajama Jack. So just like in the movie, when he tries to do his scientific invention, Jack Skellington is in his pajamas, and he's trying to figure out ways to save Christmas. So this is just like it would, as you would see in the movie. So it does say Pajama Jack Deluxe Action Figure, Disney Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. And then in the back, it also shows you the other characters that are in this series. So you also get Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny, which I actually have not seen Santa Claus, and I haven't seen the Easter Bunny in person. So maybe over time I might actually pick those up. I think the Easter Bunny one is actually super rare. I remember people saying that that's like really hard to find. But those are the characters in this set. And then there is a little description in the back. It does say, Deluxe Action Figure, Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King of Halloween Town, had grown tired of the yearly routine when he discovered a doorway to another world called Christmas Town. Fascinated with the trappings of this new holiday, Jack tries to take over Christmas duties from Santa Claus, but he is clueless about joy and merriment. As the other scary, happy citizens of Halloween Town, now with Christmas in danger of not coming at all, Jack must undo the damage he has wrought. This deluxe action figure, Pajama Jack, from Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, comes with a display stand and features multiple points of articulation. So it does have articulation. So this is what it looks like in the back. And let's take a look at Pajama Jack, The Nightmare Before Christmas. I am super excited. It does have these seals on the side, and I don't have a scissor. So I'm going to try to open it like this. I plan on actually keeping the box, maybe. There actually is a seal open there, which I did not open. But I do plan on keeping the box maybe a little bit. So I don't plan on damaging it here on this unboxing video. So try to bear with me here. This is going to be the first Pajama Jack in the series. Like I said, I've never actually have seen this one before. So I'm really excited to actually check this out and add to my collection. So I have done Diamond Selects before, as I mentioned. So this is not the first one. And they are very known for detail, because Diamond Selects is a very popular brand when it comes to figures. And they're the only brands that I know that actually do have the stands to display the actual figure. I know a lot of them don't have the display, but Diamond Selects does. And I actually opened that really nicely there with the tape, so there is no rip inside the box. So without any further ado, let's take a look at Pajama Jack. It also does come with the scientific method book. So it does come with that and the stand. So this is a deluxe figure, not a diorama. So let's take him out like that and take a look at Pajama Jack. So let's take a look at him right here and see how this figure is by Diamond Selects. Never had a bad figure. I do have Shock. That's the only one that I don't like out of Diamond Selects because the Shock figure, her head is just super heavy for her body. And I actually have her laid on my shelf so her head doesn't break, which it has broken before. So that one I'm not really too crazy about with the making of Diamond Selects, but this one should be fine because the Jack Skellington head should not be that heavy compared to the Shock one that I had from Diamond Selects with Lock, Shock, and Barrel. So the book comes right out. So this is the book. So they do leave it opened. And it does say the scientific method. So Jack will be holding this. And it is left open. So you can't close it. It would have been kind of cool if they actually did have a book that you could actually close. But this is a plastic book. And let's take a look at Pajama Jack. So there is a stand included right here. I know there are deluxe versions that also come with zero. But this one did not come with zero. And then there probably would have been a little bit more money. It probably would have been about $35 if it came with zero. This one just comes with Jack Skellington, a stand in the book. It is the deluxe. So the deluxe does come with something extra. So that popped in the box easily. And let's take a look at the figure itself. So here is the stand it comes with. I have a bunch of these stands as I have the other Jack Skellington displayed on my shelf. So this is a good display if you're going to be displaying it. So I like how Diamond Selects does have that. And let's take a look at Pajama Jack. So this is Jack. He's super thin here, paper thin. And let's take a look at this figure. So he does have points of articulation, as the box says. So you can move his arms without any issues there. So you don't have to worry about Jack, you don't have to worry about damaging his arms or anything like that just to open him up or to move him. So he does have the articulation here on the arms and the legs as well, moves as well. It is a very super thin figure. And I like the sculpture. I really like what they did with the sculpture there with his head. It looks really, really detailed. I think they did a fantastic job with the sculpture on his face. So I think Diamond Selects did an amazing job with the face for Jack Skellington here. And then as I actually look at when I actually do look at his clothing, you could actually, if you actually look really deep into it, you could see like these little black like lines or like dirt marks, which that's supposed to actually be detailed with the actual figure. Because if you do remember the movie, he did have his pajamas a little bit like dirty and ripped. So I like what Diamond Selects did there. They gave it a nice little touch there with the detail with his pajamas, which I'm noticing. Now, the only thing that I don't like about this figure, and I am going to be a little bit picky, since I am one of the biggest Nightmare Before Christmas fans, is I kind of wish they kind of actually gave him like a cloth pajama instead of just putting like a plastic. I think that would have been a little bit better. Like his hat is also hard as well with the rest of his pajamas. I feel like they should have just gave like a cloth pajama and then like a cloth hat on top. That probably would have been ideal if they did that, and that would have looked really, really detailed. I was really hoping they would have done that. But then the figure probably would have cost a little bit more money because of the cloth. But that's just me being picky. I feel like they could have done that if they really wanted to just give him a cloth pajama instead of just making it just painted plastic. But other than that, that's just me being picky. So now we're going to take a look at the back of, so there is a little hole here where you want to put the stand. Now, some of these stands are a little bit different. I know the other ones I had, they weren't staying that well. So we're going to actually take a look at this and see if it stays well. So that kind of pops out. You kind of have to push it in all the way in order to have him stand. And I don't see if there's actually a base inside the box. So it actually does have a little sticker on the bottom, which I actually forgot to take out. It does come with this little booklet here. So these are the other characters that are included with the Diamond Select series, which that was at the bottom of the box. Oh, it does come with a base. Okay. So I actually forgot about the base there because I was going to say, how is the stand going to stay without the base? So here's the base. I left that out by accident. And now we're actually going to put that on the bottom. So there is the stand for Pajama Jack. And then as you put it in right here, he should just be able to stand. So I do have the other three with the same stand that are displayed in that box. So he should stand with no issues here. Just like that. You kind of have to push it in all the way, which is a little bit concerning because I really don't want to press too hard on this. This is a very thin figure. So he is kind of staying here, and then here is the book. So I'm going to try to have him hold the book like he would do in the movie itself. But I feel like his hands, I'm trying to really push in. Just like that. I feel like his hands are not going to hold the book, but we're going to try it anyway. So yeah, it looks like his hands are not going to hold the book. So even if I do, and the stand just fell, but even if I do prop up his arms like this, maybe that will give him the idea to hold the book. But the problem is with the book, he has no way of holding it in his hands because the skeleton hands of Jack Skellington is super thin. So I feel like if he tries to hold the book, it wouldn't be able to hold that well. So I feel like Diamond Selects could have did a better job with the hand gestures here, especially for him holding the book. I feel like that would have been a little bit better if they made it look like that was possible. But there's no way of getting the book in his hands. But there it is. There is Pajama Jack from The Nightmare Before Christmas from Diamond Selects. I am going to be displaying them somewhere in my room to add to my collection. But it does look, other than that, besides the cloth suit and holding the book, I think that this is a pretty good figure, a pretty solid figure by Diamond Selects. Probably a really good one that I've got my hands on in such a long time. So there is Pajama Jack from The Nightmare Before Christmas. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, my spooky fans, and I'll be back on another video coming very soon again. Thanks for watching, and remember, always stay spooky. Let's take a look at him in one more view before we end the video in a 360 view. There he is, Pajama Jack for The Nightmare Before Christmas.